Good morning. Not exactly news, but a recap of what the papers are saying with anything else that's happened overnight. Uh, let's see. First of all, let me just have a go at for the Triffids again. The Triffids, the computer community which rule us, with everybody shutting their eyes to the fact, is exactly the sort of thing that is such nonsense. Um, I have a certain amount of money come in on Monday. It comes in at 4 o'clock. The bank closes its books at 2 o'clock. So it bounces a couple of direct debits. Right. Okay. Doesn't matter. They can be paid today or tomorrow or whatever. But the fact of the matter is even if you went in and said, could you hold it over until tomorrow? The answer is no. Certainly we can't, because the computer, the Triffid, says we can't. You know, how they get away with it, I have no idea. And there was a wonderful piece that was sent in, actually it was from Canada, not from ourselves, about a little boy saying to his grandfather that he could actually do all this online, didn't need to go to the bank. And the grandfather outlines how he goes to the bank so that he can meet two or three people. He knows the bank manager, and he likes to have a little quick chat to him. It means that he actually calls in the newsagents on the way, and if he's lucky, he dawdles in the morning and can have a pint on the way home. Whereas his grandson, representing the modern generation, is you can do it all from home. You don't have to leave home. Well, that's the result of that is that they can't communicate. And the trouble is that they're the people in charge. No, they're not. The Triffids are in charge. The computers are in charge. The computers rule our lives. And they have no flexibility, no understanding, no common sense. And the people who actually allow themselves to be ruled, and that is the senior executives of our banking community and our communications companies and industry generally, are the bigger fools for it. And those are the people in charge. God help me, where are we going? Well, if you listen to people at COP26, the climate summit that's taking place in Glasgow, we're okay. We're okay because they are all signing up to the climate change agreements which they will institute. We'll see, won't we? Because whenever they meet like this, they always go over what they broke from the last time they promised. We'll get to that in a moment. First, the weather. It's going to be a chillier again today, only 12. And actually, it started off this morning at only 1 degree. But it's climbing. The sky at the moment is, except on the horizon, cloudless. And the sun is breaking through. The trees are absolutely stock still. No breeze whatsoever at the moment. Lovely. So if you want to dive outside, now is the time to do it. We are going to have a gentle breeze growing as the day goes on. We also will have lots of sun. Well, not lots of sun, but sunny spells, which are quite substantial. And one of them is there at the moment. So the sun is still coming up over the horizon. It's early morning for some. Get out of bed. Come on, get going. So apart from the Triffids and the silliness that we get in our financial community and our industrial community now, when will they wake up? They probably won't. Once the Triffids have got control, they're not going to let go very easily. Not at all, at all, at all. And soon, the fact is, I can't imagine it gets to the point in my lifetime, but it could in the next, is that you actually kiss a computer goodnight and say, good night, dear, see you in the morning. Well, that's a joy that'll be taken away. Just to update you a little bit, the new version of Break an Egg, which will be quite different, really. It was supposed to start on Wednesday, but it will now start on Thursday. And the reason being is I'm being quite selfish. Is I have one of those very, 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 very rare occasions occurring at 8:40 on Wednesday morning. I'm actually going to get to see my GP, and I don't dare not go. I mean, she is a delightful lady and an excellent doctor. and she would have no idea that if I didn't go, the computer would bar us from seeing one another for another 3 months. So I hope that you'll forgive us for keeping the change back, but we will be starting on Thursday. I haven't spoken to Stuart yet. I hope that he will join me. And then next week, we have Fergus Woods, we'll have Andrew Sloan, and we'll have probably Robert MacDonald joining me here in the, well, this is at home, but we'll now start doing things from the studio. It means I've got to have to walk into town. No buses at that hour in the morning. I have to get in there for 7 o'clock to make sure that everything's okay before we go on the air at 8. And then the week after is, well, 2 weeks after, and the week of the 15th, we shall be starting a similar afternoon effort with some of the programs that you particularly care for, and one or two that you haven't seen before. One is the, I can't quote it exactly, but Everybody's Got a Story. And that is with, I was going to call it by a real name. It's indeed, I better keep that a secret. Anyway, you look forward to that, and it will come up on the Daily Show. Of course, all these things are regurgitated. We put them into a loop so that you can actually access them at any time to take a look. But we will have some interesting programs that come along at 6 o'clock because they are rather longer than our normal program. And they will be shown during that period. 5 to 6 will be the usual mishmash of all sorts of things and people and interviews, and hopefully will reflect what's happening in the local scene. All right, let's go now to the newspaper headlines, because the Queen is very much in the news this morning. The Daily Telegraph is "Rise above politics for the sake of our children," says the Queen. She sent a message, a recorded message, to the conference going on in Glasgow and to all the world leaders who are getting there and congratulating themselves on what they've all achieved. And it pointed out that she actually, in that message, had a green dress on with a little butterfly. And the little butterfly apparently was an engagement present from Prince Philip. So there was much comment about Philip and his role. Much behind the scenes, because I don't know that Philip was necessarily known as an environmentalist, but the Queen said he worked very hard in the background, and perhaps that's where Charles gets some of his ideas to save the planet from. The Times: "Answer the call of future generations," urges the Queen. The Daily Express: "The Queen's emotive plea to save our fragile planet." The Sun: fill the green." It's actually, let's see, is the Sun does cover the Queen's speech and the Queen's tribute to the Duke, but the Sun sort of expresses a slight surprise that she mentions the Duke of Edinburgh as being a late Duke of Edinburgh as being a Green supporter. So fill the green. The Guardian: COP26, world leaders agreed deal to save Earth's forests. And that actually, I believe, is one of the areas that they can actually target quite quickly, because much of the illegal logging is just allowed to go on, and the rainforests are being rapidly demolished. That's not only bad for the atmosphere, but it's also bad for all the wildlife, which has been tucked away there for centuries and centuries and centuries, happily living away, and now being devastated. And now, one of the big things there, of course, is that most countries that have the forests logged is because not necessarily to get the trees, but to give more space to farmers. So that's a new challenge for those countries and for us and everybody to support. The Metro: Her Majesty the Green, height of hypocrisy, it says. The Metro criticizes billionaires. Yes, right. It's several people like, I can never pronounce the name, Bezos or Bezos, and Bill Gates, They come to these conferences, they fly in on their jets, and then tell us all to be green. And of course, they're no different. They are the leaders. They all fly in on jets and tell us to be green. So the Metro have put their finger on it, the height of hypocrisy. The the star, my lovely, lovely star, the egos have landed. And it says, you know, all these people with huge egos, they take the same tack, really. All these people with huge egos, the world leaders, are all in one place, all having landed in jets which are guzzling fuel and spewing out fumes. The eye, stop smarts motorways, safety data incomplete, warn MPs. The eye moves away slightly from environmental issues and talks about the new smart roads that are being built and that they are dangerous. And they've urged them to stop. And in fact, it looks as if perhaps the Minister of Highways is going to actually stop them. He's not terribly happy with them. And luckily, at this particular stage, apparently there's only 26 miles of motorway, smart motorway, having been built. I mean, the smart motorways are no verges and so on and so forth. In other words, if you want to stop, tough. You get swept up with everything. The Daily Mail, Green Queen and a deeply personal ultimatum. But that is part of its headline and a picture of the Queen. But also it goes with the smart motorways as well. MPs brakes on smart M-ways. So real concern about this, and particularly since there seems to be a fair amount of data being collected that says that people are actually being killed if they actually break down or need to get out, and there is nowhere to get out. So the next car coming along, wham, bam, whoosh. The Financial Times, Barclays chief stepped down following Epstein investigation. It would appear that the head of Barclays is our friends at InfoGlobe, KTV in Kosovo have just gone on the air. There's a little alert to me there that they're on the air. They're good luck down there in Kosovo, you know. Well, actually, I'm not so sure about the leaders, but a lot of the people are really very generous and very nice and very interesting. If you've never been there, you can go there quite safely now. I cleared all the mines while I was there. Yes. But the Barclays chief, his name is Steady, apparently, he had something to do with Epstein and the so-called pimp for large, important people and the centre of an investigation on Prince Andrew. And he, although there is no suggestion that he ever did anything wrong or even knew what was going on, is because he was associated, it's suggested that he's bad for the bank's image, and away he goes. So away he goes. Be careful who your friends are. Where are we? We're 13 minutes in. I do have a little bit of flexibility this morning, but I'll try and keep it short because that's the way you like it. Campaigner's final journey. My beautiful death. This is the Mirror. It takes a totally different story on its headline, and it gives the last testament, if you like, to a lady who went to Switzerland, where it is legal to go into a clinic and order your own death, if you like, and that she did, and it describes in rather sensitive terms how she had a glass of champagne, looked at the family one last time, a smile, and then because she was in such dreadful pain, she slipped into oblivion. Very controversial, but nonetheless very topical, I suppose, because there is a big lobby that says we should be able to do that here. So that's what the newspapers are headlining this morning. Of course, mostly save the planet. To some extent, save yourself if you're driving along a smart motorway, and eventually is who are these people that come in and tell us what to do? I mean, in gas, huge fuel guzzling jets that spew out into the atmosphere the harmful stuff that we're trying to stop others trying to do. Sounds very typical. Right, okay. Well, I hope that you'll join us on Mirador in next week. well, actually on Thursday, but we really get underway next week. We'll be experimenting a little bit. We have plans to bring you at least a simple live stream of the bonfire celebrations. If we can make it more complicated than that and have reporters around and about. The trouble is that everybody wants to be part of bonfire. They don't want to go to work on that particular night. Surprise, surprise. And the pubs are bummed. All right, that's it for this morning. Keith Hayes, once again, only about 12 degrees today, chilly. A breeze, a gentle breeze, which hasn't even started yet. And sunny periods, and there's a sunny period out there now. So it's a good morning to wake up to. Talk to you later. 16 minutes I've gone. Naughty boy. Till whenever. Oh, let's play the long version this morning because we didn't play it on coming in. No, you got me almost within about 30 seconds. Here we go. And I'll see you, if I don't see you later today, if there's nothing really that we need to pop up for. Good luck. Have a nice day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Toodles.
If I had words to make a day for you, I'd sing you a morning, golden and new. I would make this day last for all time. Give you a night deep in moonshine. If I had words to make a day for you, I'd sing you a morning, golden and new. I'd make this day last for all time. Give you a night deep in moonshine. Welcome to Mirador Television. Break an egg.
Just to see what your reaction will be, and if it's made you think twice about us, then it's about time that you did. I would really like to continue on, but you break every promise that you make. You disappear. You're either asleep or you're walking on eggs or you're out eating porridge or some bloody thing, and you're never there when it's nice to be able to commune or even say, okay, we're both having a bad time at the moment. So you think about it and see whether in fact you want to carry on, and you let me know. But you've got a beautiful voice, like the rest of you. Okay, bye-bye.